guess I'll make a statement first. I thought it was obviously a very hard played game from start to finish. I've got great respect for UAB. I've known Rob for a long time, and I thought it was one of those moments and instances where obviously very unfortunate. I want to apologize to our great university and UAB for being involved in it, and I don't think there's any blame to be thrown at anybody, but it's just an unfortunate situation and one that our players, our program will certainly learn from.
Yeah. Coach, from your perspective, what happened?
I couldn't really tell.
Yeah.
I just know that there was some type of altercation out in front on the other side, and very quickly, a lot of people came from that bench, and right out in front, I couldn't quite see what was happening. I know the rules very well. I'm allowed to leave the bench, but nobody from our bench can leave, and that's really, and rules are rules, and it's hard when you see things like that happen. You feel like you want to help, but you can't leave the bench.
Is that something that you could have really ever prepared your team for? I mean, because stuff like that doesn't happen very often.
Not very often.
Yeah.
It's something that we've talked about. We talked about the rules, and but again, in those knee-jerk reactions, the rule is if you just step out on the playing surface, that's the rule.
Yeah. What kind of explanations did you get from the referees after they had watched the tape and all this and that happened?
Really, just that. They just said, hey, we're going to give technical fouls and for flagrant twos to a player on each team, and then they went through the video and saw the different players and coaches that had left both benches.
Yeah. What I guess credit to both teams for just kind of finishing out. I mean, what was kind of the mindset those last 6 minutes when after the ejections had happened and you're left with basically an empty bench all around and then just 4 players?
Well, in that moment, you're still trying to win the game.
Yeah.
And I give that was a very experienced officiating crew. They handled it exactly the letter of the law, and we were to play 5-on-4. So that was our circumstance, and like we talk all the time in our program, it's the attitude is most important. It's life is 90% how you react to a situation. 10% would actually happen to you.
Do you know what the next step is? How are you going to have guys miss games upcoming, or are you just to be determined?
This is my first time in all my years assistant head coach with a situation like this. So I'm going to be talking to our athletic director in our conference office, and then also really with our players about how we handle situations and so we can grow from this.
Yeah. What's the mood in the locker room like right now?
Obviously, we came here with a mission to win the game, number one, and number two, a little bit of confusion, in just what happened, because it was very unusual. But we've got a group of guys that wanted to come here and play much better than what we did.
Prior to the incident, you guys were you surprised to find yourself down anywhere from 6 to 12? I mean, y'all pretty much had a good run through the league this year.
UAB is a good team, and they're on their home court, and they play well here, and we knew that we were going to have to play well to be able to come out of here with a win. I give UAB a lot of credit. I thought they defended very well. I thought that they they were very connected, and I thought that they did a good job of getting the ball inside. And you do those things, you're going to put yourself in a good position. So I give UAB a lot of credit for the way they played. We knew we were going to be playing a very good team today.
I guess what frustrates you the most with what happened tonight?
Obviously, I wouldn't say frustration. I would say it's very unfortunate how the game played. We play in a great league, and I think these are 2 terrific basketball programs. And it's just very unfortunate that it ended the way it did.